So today we have another subscriber's choice video. On this one, you guys chose the topic and you also chose what fragrances were going to be in this one. You guys voted on the community tab which topic you wanted, and then I made a separate post where you could comment which fragrances you thought should be in the video. The ones with the most upvotes and the ones at the top are the ones that made it into here. This is my third time doing this style of format and you guys really seem to enjoy it. Top 10 best head-turning fragrances chosen by you guys. Let's get into it. First up, at number 10, with 6 votes, 1 Million Lucky. So this one has quite a unique note breakdown. It's got honey, there's a bit of a freshness, bit of a sweetness, kind of this nutty smell as well. Yes, it's strange, I know, but it is there. This got a whole lot of hype when it first came out, and for good reason. Given that it's a 1 million flanker, it's still pretty unique, honestly. There's nothing else out there that really smells like this. It smells completely different than the original 1 million and also all of the other flankers. They kind of branched out and experimented a little bit. Even though it may be a bit different, it still has a whole bunch of mass appeal. This is a great compliment getter and for sure one that does turn heads. So a really nice selection here for this one. I'm glad that this one was able to make it into the video. At number 9 with 11 votes, Valentino Uomo Intense. So I don't think I have featured this on the channel in a very long time, at least a year or two. I mean, I just really don't talk about this one. And that's not because it's bad, but it's because there are quite a few fragrances out there that have a similar smell to this. And this is not the originator either. Dior Homme Intense, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum are a couple of them there, and I tend to gravitate towards those more. However, this Valentino is a fantastic fragrance, and like 1 Million Lucky, it caught a whole bunch of hype, and you are seeing this pop up everywhere. It has since died down a little bit, and the focus is kind of on the others that I just mentioned. However, this one shouldn't be forgotten. It's a great scent, a great head turner with that iris, with that vanilla. It's sweet, it's warm, it's great for fall and winter time. If you wear this when you're kind of dressed up and walking the streets of Chicago or something like that as an example, you're going to be turning all sorts of heads. So at number 8 with 16 votes, Sauvage Elixir, the latest and greatest by Dior. Yeah, it's cool to see this one already showing up in videos. Yeah, do I agree that's a head turner? For sure. This is an even more mature, sophisticated take on the Sauvage DNA. If you don't like the original Sauvage because it's super peppery and it's been worn by everyone and it's kind of playful and just overall young smelling, Elixir is going to be the opposite of that. This one really is mature. It's more warm. It's got more of a spiciness, a lot more of a woodiness, a heavy sandalwood here, so it's kind of creamy. It is a much more refined take on that traditional Sauvage DNA. I really like what they've done with the smell, performance, all of that stuff. The only problem with this is it is on the more expensive side. This is a 2-ounce bottle and I'm pretty sure it's going for what, $150 or something like that. Not cheap by any means, but if you can afford it and you like the smell of it, this here is a fantastic head turner. At number 7 with 20 votes, Rasasi Hawas. So you guys know all about this one here. It's very similar to Invictus Aqua. In fact, this came out in 2015 and then Invictus Aqua came out in technically 2016. So, you know, I don't know. What I do know is that this smells really, really good. And in some instances, I actually like how this smells better than Invictus Aqua, or at least for sure the 2018. The 2018 just doesn't cut it for me like the 2016 did, and obviously you can't get that one anymore. This here is your best bet to get you as close to that original DNA, that original Invictus Aqua 2016 formula without actually paying for it. This one is incredibly strong. It's fruity, it's fresh, it's aquatic, it's salty, very playful. It's one of those fun in the sun, summertime, kind of tropical, playful smelling fragrances that just put a smile on my face. I mean, this makes you feel happy. It brings you right back to summer, even though we're out of summer by now. It's great for young guys out there. It's great for guys who are older as well. It just works really well, especially for the warm weather. And this is a big time head turner, a big time compliment getter. Really nice placement here in the video. At number 6 with 22 votes, Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. Pear, iris, vanilla are some of the main notes. You guys know all about this one. Like most things in this video here so far, and will continue to be this way, it caught a whole bunch of hype at one point. And that's for sure a trend of all of these going forward as well. So it's just kind of funny how that works, but I mean, to me, it's deserved. It's well deserved for fragrances like this and the ones we've talked about and the ones that we will talk about to get a bunch of attention, because when you step back and look at the big picture here, for the most part, all of these have really done something different and to some extent revolutionary. There are some in here that maybe borrowed ideas or other fragrances that borrowed off of them, but you get what I'm saying here. These still really have gone forward and did some great, amazing things. And so I think they deserve all the success that they've gotten. And believe it or not, Ultra Male is one of those. You know, it is incredibly sweet and it's not for everyone. But if you want something that is a head turner, almost to the point where it's obnoxious, but definitely a head turner, Ultra Male is one that has to be in here. Like I said, if you go too heavy on the sprays, you're going to be going down a path where you might be getting some looks, whether they be good or bad. I don't know. It depends on where you're at and the people around you, I suppose. But this will for sure turn heads. It'll have people wondering what you're wearing, and you will pull a ton of compliments from this stuff. Ultra Male, I mean, this thing's a beast. Breaking into the top 5 with 32 votes, Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum. I knew this was going to place in here somewhere in top 5 for sure. It has earned it. Of course, this one has sage, apple, tonka bean, amberwood. So it's also fruity, opens up fruity fresh, kind of a clean lavender undertone, and then you get a whole bunch of amberwood, which is kind of playing as an ambroxan type of vibe going on here. This is incredibly loud stuff. It is strong, like very potent. And from a designer, you don't always get that. Now, a lot of times there are designer fragrances, especially higher end ones, that you'll get good performance out of, and then maybe at some point they'll reformulate them or whatever, but they are out there. But I was thoroughly impressed when this came out and I tested it on how strong it was, especially when you take a look at the eau de toilette of this and see that it is nowhere near as strong. So they really beefed this one up and they did a great job all around. And I think this, along with the Parfum, are two of the best flankers in the line. And I mean, it deserves it here. It's another playful, fun, sexy, summertime scent, but it can be worn all year round. And it's also, of course, incredibly mass-pleasing. Number 4 with 33 votes, so cutting it close here, Eros by Versace. Now, this comment that got the upvotes here said any concentration, but just Eros, essentially, is what he said. So it could be the eau de toilette, the eau de parfum, the new Parfum. And I guess, I don't know if he meant flame could be included as well, although it could be. So what I ended up doing was I put the eau de parfum. We'll split the difference. The eau de toilette would still work. The new Parfum would still work, although it's not discounted yet and it is more expensive. The eau de parfum is kind of your best bet because you can get it on discounters and it does appear to be stronger than the eau de toilette. So we'll go with this guy. Mint, apple, vanilla, as if you really needed to hear that note breakdown. That's what this one's all about. It's green, minty, fresh, immediately mixing with the sweet vanilla, you get a nice crisp apple top note. Powdery, it's sweet, it's fun, it's playful, it's Versace Eros. I think you've all smelled it. And even though it's been out and about, and it's made its rounds, it is still an incredible head turner. And I do agree, it had to be in the video. And at number 4, it's deserving of it. Moving into number 3 with 44 votes, Spicebomb Extreme. Tobacco, vanilla, black pepper, another one here that just smells great, and one that is for sure a big time head turner, a big time compliment getter. And really that's no surprise. It is a Spicebomb flanker after all, and well, Spicebomb is known for being incredibly spicy. And really just about any spicy fragrance that smells good is going to be a head turner because it legitimately gets people's attention and they just can't help but turn and look and be like, okay, what is that and where is that coming from? That's one of the reasons why the original Spicebomb was so successful. And following up after that, Spicebomb Extreme also on top of the game here. This adds a bit more of a sweetness, a little bit more of a warm, refined touch, while still having a bunch of spiciness as well, making this here not only a great head turner, one that you could wear out, but also one for maybe a bit more of an intimate close encounter. At number 2 with 45 votes, another one very deserving of the love and the hype, Parfums de Marly Layton. I mean, this guy And I think this brand has been kind of a trend here with these subscribers' choice videos. You guys are going crazy for Parfums de Marly. Layton, I believe Herod made it into a video as well. You guys love the brand, and it's so cool to see because this brand is the top niche brand that's been featured in these videos. I mean, even above Creed, which, you know, at one point was kind of the go-to entry-level niche brand for everyone. Even above Mancera. You guys are loving on Parfums de Marly, and that's cool. And there's a reason why. Layton is simply just one of the best. It's hard to smell this and not think it at least smells good at the minimum. And if you're like me and like a lot of you guys, you smell this and you're like, oh man, that is like a 10 out of 10. Because it really is, man. I mean, this stuff is incredible from opening to dry down. It's a head turner, it's a compliment getter. It holds up really well in the cool weather, fall, winter, that sort of thing. It's just a stunner. It is a bit more expensive. It can be had on discounters, and I do think it is worth saving up and grabbing a bottle of for your collection at some point. Last up for this video with 50 votes, Azzaro, Wanted by Night. This is another one that is absolutely killing it in these subscriber choice videos, and it's been killing it in my own videos that I put together as well. You guys already know it, tobacco, fruity notes, cinnamon. It's spicy, it's warm, it's a bit fruity and fresh. It's got a nice tobacco note in here. Incredibly mass pleasing, big time head turner, smells fantastic for everyone, guys, girls, whatever. It's also very affordable. In fact, looking here, one of the most affordable, if not actually the most affordable fragrance in this video, it looks like, because this comes in at around $40 or so. Everything else in here is above that. So yeah, the cheapest one, and also the number one that topped the list for this video of the top 10 best head turning fragrances chosen by you guys. You guys have been out in the field testing these, and if these are working for you, then I'm all for it. Make sure you let me know down below what's the next subscriber's choice video you want to see. Comment them down below, and then at some point I'll put all of them into a poll and we'll do this thing all over again. If you want to get access to some vlogs, bonus top 10s, behind the scenes videos, if you want to watch these in advance, and if you want to chat with me one-on-one in a private chat room, check out the channel memberships. You can hit the join button next to the subscribe button. And if you want to grab any of the fragrances that we talked about today, they will be linked down below to discounters. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.